day, and finally had a good day today. It's nice when I can say that. Quite rare, but it happens sometimes. The fucking planets and stars just aligned today. Yeah, I just sort of figured it out, and I have started a new thing of going to the gym at 7, because like I said the other week that Soph sometimes needs tracking at 10. She hasn't this week, but like just in case she ever does need again, I want to get into a routine of preparing for that just in case. My aim at the moment is to get back from the gym at 9:30, which I used to be able to do, but I've really struggled trying to get back into that, but I've nailed it again. Like I say, I get up, I go straight to the gym, I don't let myself sit down in the locker room because otherwise I'll procrastinate. I get into the gym, I do my walking for a half hour, slowly increasing the speed, and then go out, and then again don't let myself sit down. I shower. I'm getting really good at staying present in the shower and just ticking off a mental list of what I need to do and not just letting my mind wander. Get out, get dressed standing up, because if I sit down I procrastinate, and then I go to the library and do a bit of journaling in my physical book. I do this because I need another location that isn't my room. If I get into my room, I just get distracted by things. I just, I let my mind wander and I just stop doing it, and I procrastinate and I can feel bad. In another location, I just, focus in. I do a bit for for however long it is. I leave it about 9:15, because that's by the time I walk home, it'll be 9:30. And then I get in, have a cup of tea and that kind of stuff. And, all that's done within the first couple of hours of my day, and I feel good about myself. I was just really proud of myself. That's just clicked today. That did. Everything I was in a good mood, so I just decided to gym, journal, home. And I've got to remember that for days where I feel like just lying in, because if I lie in, nothing gets done. I say to myself, oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow so I can get stuff done, but then nothing gets done, and it becomes much more stressful, because then I have an overslept headache, and I finally had a productive day, and it didn't require too much effort to do, which is really, really proud of. I love days like this, where everything just clicks and everything's easy. Wish I could have more of them, but yeah. We'll try again tomorrow, but no promises. So, bleh. Beard's a bit scruffy. Need to go to that trim. My hair's a bit long. Get a bit of a mullet. Realize I'm wearing the same clothes pretty much every day, so it doesn't look like much time's passed. When I find an outfit I like, I just stick with it until it physically can't wear it anymore. I did it again. I've had a pretty good day. I gym at 7, bit of journaling, and come home. Lovely. It's a nice quick burst of productivity to start my day off. Yeah, it gets me up and out of bed and gets the mind whirring. Very, very good. It's a bit hard to do in a moment because it drags on a bit, but once I'm done, I feel very good about myself. So yeah, didn't do much today. I just played Minecraft. I could have done more. I feel like I need to find some more productive hours in my day, but that's probably too far at the moment. Don't want to run before I can walk. Yeah. Oops, it blinded you. Don't really have much to say today. Just very proud of myself for doing it again. Hopefully this can be a habit. Don't want to jinx it. Touch wood. God, I look awful today. Having a bit of a rough day. I overslept and I feel awful. But you've heard me talk about this many times. Look what I've got. I got a book. Paradox, the book I've been talking about for a while now. The book that's been a little bit controversial, not controversial, but a bit of a drama behind it, a bit of a scandal. The author Daniel Hardcastle was completely fucked by his publisher, Unbound. Fuck these guys. They robbed the author of a lot of money, but it's here, it's in my hands. I can finally read it. It was out beforehand. It was a digital version, and I read not most of it. I barely scratched the surface, but I read some of it because I'm really bad at reading. I haven't read any of it for a while, and I was going to wait for the physical version to come out. And here it is today. Didn't know it was coming today. It just appeared, and I was like, oh shit, here I am. I now own a book. When this book was first released, the author, who is a YouTuber who I watch, the only reason why I'm reading these books is because I like the YouTuber that wrote it. There's something called a crowdfunded publishing, basically. He didn't have the money to publish a book himself. He asked his audience to donate a little bit of money, like whatever they could. You know, it could be like nothing, a couple of quid until like hundreds of quid. And I was one of the people who did that at the very beginning. Basically, he announced it, said, "Hey, here, go here, pay X amount of money, and you'll get a book." Like there was different lists of like a different amount of money that you would pay, and you get different things. I think I paid like the bare minimum just to get the physical copy, and and the book got like 1,000% funded in like a day. It surpassed 100. It was record-breaking amount of money was funded for this book. Money he hasn't actually gotten, but you know. And it's gonna take me a while to find it again. Check this out. I am in the book. That is my name. Of the list of people who backed the book and the supporters and all the people who gave money, my name is there, Barry William Davis. I am immortal. I have immortalized my name. As long as this book exists, I will be around. Yeah, I think I gave like, I don't know, 20, 30 quid for the book back in X amount of years ago. I can't remember when it was first announced, before it was even written. He wrote the book and it was a bunch of legal bullshit, and the years have passed, and he's finally got the rights to his book back, and he's got them all sent out to the people who backed them, and he's finally earning money about it again. So yeah, all I had to do was pay postage. So it's like, I think it cost me like 39 quid all in total, but I have a book. Probably be the third book I've ever read in my life. I've read Of Mice and Men because I had to. I've been held at gunpoint in school. They forced me to read it. I've read Fuck Yeah Video Games, the first book by Daniel Hardcastle. This is basically a love letter to video games about how great video games are. Each chapter is a little funny story about specific video games, and it's all about how great video games are. And now I've got a second book, Paradox, which is a novel about time travel, sci-fi time travel. Don't know if I'm going to like it. It's very paradox heavy, obviously, because paradox. But I'm not too keen on paradoxes, so we'll see how good the book is, how other parts of the book are. Good other parts of the book are. But yeah, I own books. Now, if only I could read. So today was a certified autistic moment today. My entire day got ruined basically from the jump. Went to the gym, got into the locker room and realised I haven't brought my coins with me. Money. You need £1 for the lockers. You put it in and it locks, and then when you unlock it, you get it back again. Forgot to pack them. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I sort of sat there thinking, fuck, what do I do now? I could either, and I just, very logically, I was like, I have an option now. I could leave my bag in the locker without it being locked. Wasn't comfortable with that. I'd be stressed the entire time I was doing my treadmill. So that was out. And then the other option was take it in there with me. And I was like, I don't feel like doing that. I feel like that's awkward. I've seen people do that, and I don't like. I think I'll just be socially awkward to do that, having a giant bag carrying around with me. So I was like, well, those are the only two options, so I just gotta go home. I got changed into my normal everyday clothes and just left. I was quite proud of myself at how grounded and reasoned I was. I was like, right, I fucked up. Let's not try and focus on the fuck up. What do we do now? And my entire day was thrown off after that. I was like, oh wow, I don't know what to do now. I basically just procrastinated on YouTube all day, waiting for my schedule to catch up with me. And then when it did, I was like, well, I don't really feel in the right mindset now. It's all off. This is why a schedule is important. I really need to make like a checklist of something like at the end of the day, so when I'm back in my bag, I can check. Because I often have that thought of when I'm done, I'm like, did I get everything? And then I can't run it down in my head. Yeah, fuck. That ruined my entire day. Me forgetting to pack £1. Bugger. Wonder what a normal person would have done in that situation. I don't know. For I'm not normal. About that far through the book, I've actually been reading this week. I think I'm about 1, maybe 2 chapters away from where I left off reading the digital version. I don't really know why I stopped. I like to read read chapter by chapter, and then sit and absorb what I've read, and then move on. But I just never stopped absorbing. Never stopped thinking about what I read. So I just let it get on and on and on. Before I knew it, it had been weeks and months since I last read. But now I had the physical version. It's an excuse to pick it back up again. And I have been reading. And it's been really, really fucking awesome. Like, genuinely, like, just a nice little thing to do every now and then. Instead of doom scrolling on my phone, you know, wasting my life, absorbing rubbish, filling my head with all kinds of anxiety, I just pick up a book. I read a bit. It helps that I've already read what I've been reading. You know, when people talk and there's interruptions, I can just, you know, break my attention away from it. We shall see how good it is when I actually read new stuff, because I don't think I'm the sort of guy to just sort of sit down and read, like, you know, dedicated hours of reading. I think I'm just going to be the sort of person who just reads when nothing's going on and, you know, people are talking and stuff. But yeah, it's been so good. My mind's felt so clear this week because I've not been cured of doom scrolling. I do a little bit every now and then, but much, much less. I'd say like 75% less. Really good book. Very, 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 very well written. You can see the time and effort that was put into the book. I just don't know if the story's going to go where I want it to go. It's a mystery story, and I never really trust mystery stories because of how many awful ones that I've awful ones that I've witnessed. Mystery stories usually get to the end of the mystery, and it's like up to the reader, up to the viewer to decipher. I'm like, no, give me the answers, please. And that's often my problem with paradoxes, which is, even though the book is called Paradox, I don't like paradoxes because there's no answers to them. It's just sci-fi writers showing off and pointing at a paradox and going, oh, look, isn't that interesting? No, it's not. It's a impossible mystery. So why even bother trying to read it? But yeah, we'll see where the story goes. I have faith in him. Author Daniel Hardcastle. Yeah, very good week this week. Reading. Always wanted to read. Just never actually had anything to motivate me. So thank you, Daniel Hardcastle. I shall read more tomorrow. What is going on there? So today ran into a bit of a problem. A lot of problems happening at the gym these days. Got to the gym, did all the stuff, blah blah blah. Got to the end and, you know, went out to get my card and stuff, and I realised the library's closed. It's not open until 10 a.m. on Saturdays. So yeah, and that's useless to me because I want to get back for 9:30. So I was like, damn, now what? I was looking forward to doing a bit of journaling and, you know, really catching up and stuff and doing that. I quite like to sit down and write, but then, you know, it was closed. So I was thinking, well, now what? I didn't want to go home because I would be off on my schedule. I was trying to think of somewhere else to go, but couldn't really think of anywhere. And yeah, so I went for a walk. I was like, I'll think of something, and I walked around my hometown. I was thinking. I didn't think of anything. I went around the local churches. I just had a look at them. I realised I've never actually been up close to them. Like, I just had a look at the buildings. They're quite nice buildings. Not a religious man myself, but I was like, oh, that's a pretty nice building. We have two churches right next to each other in my hometown, so I just looked at them both. I believe one's Catholic, I don't know. Quite nice. Just couldn't think of anywhere to, like, go, per se. You know, I got back and I was like, where do you go just in town just for a sit? And Mum was like, oh, I'll go to the Boardroom Cafe. I've been there before. I was like, it's a small business and I feel bad not paying for anything because I'm such a cheap bastard that I don't want to pay for anything. And I checked, they weren't even open, so that's that done. But then I was like, maybe I could do, like, she was like, and then Mum was like, oh, maybe Weatherspoons. I was like, yeah, maybe. It is a big business. I don't really care about, you know, using their heating and space. Maybe I'll just go there and do a bit of journaling. Hopefully they don't mind me sitting there doing nothing. Or maybe I will buy something. I don't know. I'm only there for half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, so I can't really, you know, neck as many teas as I can with their free refills. We'll see. It's annoying, the world. Like, it's not really set up for that. It made me realise the value of the library. The library is the one place in the world where you're not expected to spend money, you know. It's just you sit there and do your thing, and it's like, you know, it's not a commercial thing. It's quite remarkable how long they've lasted, considering that fact. But when they're closed, it's closed. There's nowhere else like it. Very capitalist world we live in. But yeah, I just sort of walked around and I came home. It's annoying that I didn't find anywhere to do my journaling, but, you know, then I had a migraine, so that was fun. Spent all morning, like, asleep, basically, just drifting in and out. my mind was against me. Anyway, we live in a capitalist hellscape, and libraries are a pretty good escape from that when they're open. This week was a pretty damn good week, even before this thing turned up. Just things clicked for me this week. I can't even explain it. I just got locked in and just went, you know what, let's figure stuff out. I now go to the library regularly, just 20 minutes, makes a difference though. Do a bit of journaling, just, different headspace, different environment. If I did that in this environment, it would take me 3 times as long and it would be so much more annoying. But different environment, different headspace. It's amazing. And that really cheered me up, that did. Getting those first few hours of my day done and it's very, very productive. It just makes me feel really, really good. And I like the fact that when I get up in the morning, I just get my mind active straight away by moving and leaving. And I can really feel a difference when I don't do that. So, and then the book turned up. Wasn't expecting it, completely by surprise. I thought it was going to be delivered in like mid-February. And I really liked the book. Wasn't expecting myself to read it really, like properly, but apparently I like physical books. I could have read this last year essentially when it came out on digital version, but I just didn't. I don't know why it just didn't click. I've been reading it and it's amazing. Fuck, it's amazing. Just not even like the story, because like even the story is great, but the actual physical act of reading rather than doom scrolling. I hated how much I've been doom scrolling. It's just sat there mindlessly filling your mind with rubbish, getting you stressed out. Like I feel stressed after fucking doom scrolling, but now I just pick up a book, read a page or so, and just even when people are around talking and stuff, I can still read. It's amazing, and my mind feels so much clearer, so much lighter. I can feel it feels like my brain has lost weight. Which is a weird thing to say, but yeah, it's so good. Really, 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 really good week for me. Even with all the bullshit of I don't know why it annoyed me so much that library wasn't open on Saturday, but it did. It just made me realise how capitalist the world is, and there's not many places where you aren't expected to spend money. But we'll see what happens, what I'll do next week. Anyway, I'm very nearly at the point of where I left off, because I'm remembering the latest chapter the least, but I do remember some of it, and I'm on the cusp of getting to that point, so we'll see what the rest of the book has in store for me. I hope it's good. It's probably not going to be, but I'm enjoying it, so that's enough. Yeah, don't think I've got much else to say other than thanks for watching.